Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine. Thanks for joining us. Topping the headlines, Her Excellency Edita Herda is the new ambassador of the Czech Republic to Dominica. Parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, optimistic about outcome of 2012 Kalibishi reunion. And Acting Prime Minister Honorable Reginald Austrie calls for improved water conservation efforts. All these stories and more when National Focus returns. Welcome back. Time now for the details of the news. Her Excellency Edita Herda is the new ambassador of the Czech Republic to Dominica. The diplomat presented her letters of credential to Dominica's head of state, His Excellency Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, on Wednesday.
We have a long relations between Caribbean countries and my republic, it is Czech Republic now, but before it was Czechoslovakia. We very well know that Dominica is a very important player in the international organizations, and I can give the testimony for that because I am very closely cooperating with the Caribbean ambassadors, especially with your ambassador in United Nations, being me permanent representative there. I have to say that we are also a member of European Union, which means we are very much participated in all that other European Union countries are trying to do in Caribbean and how we do cooperate with you. I have to say that even my representative was here, somebody from my mission, during the last meeting between European Union and CARICOM, and of course we would like to somehow more cooperate even with Brussels funds in EDF and use them for a very good cooperation between our two countries. Czech Republic is a landlocked country. That's why the Czechs love traveling and they really do admire sea, and we can witness here in the last time many tourists from the Czech Republic to especially to your country, which I think is very important for the mutual understanding and maybe for a mutual cooperation, for more trade, which is now not so high as it could be in the future.
President of Dominica, His Excellency Dr. Nicholas Liverpool, is looking forward to improved relations between Dominica and the Czech Republic.
Since the formalizing of relations between our countries in 1996, the ties have been cordial, though limited in scope. It is my sincere hope that your appointment as ambassador will usher in and activate a new spirit of bilateral cooperation between our two countries. Your Excellency, Dominica intends to explore avenues of increased cooperation that are traditionally provided by our country in various forms. Together, we can work towards establishing and maintaining our trade and investment opportunities and cooperate effectively to deepen our economic and social ties. I wish to take this opportunity to commend your government for supporting the Millennium Development Goals, which are geared at eradicating extreme poverty, its causes and consequences. Our cooperation with your country in the international arena can be counted upon, and we look forward to providing continued support for the candidacy of the Czech Republic on various international bodies in appropriate circumstances.
In other news, Minister for Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs, Honorable Gloria Shillingford, has called on residents of Kalibishi to continue to maintain the cleanliness of their community. The minister made the call as she addressed the official launch of the Calibishi reunion celebrations on Sunday.
Calibishi has also been known for its cleanliness and has on several occasions received the Cleanest Village Award. This you must be congratulated for. I say again, this is indeed commendable, and I urge you to keep it up and continue to encourage everyone in Calibishi to contribute to the overall upkeep of the community, thereby enabling Calibishi to continue to attract tourists and encourage foreigners to settle here. For this reunion, make Calibishi shine more than ever it has before. Some of this has been already evident. One just has to drive through Calibishi and be observant. Give your visitors something remarkable to talk about when they return home.
In related news, Parliamentary Representative for the Paybush constituency, Honourable Matthew Walter, is very optimistic about the 2012 reunion celebrations in Calibishi. Speaking at the launch of the celebrations on Sunday, Honourable Walter told residents that he wants the reunion to be an example to others across the island.
We want to show the rest of the country that although our reunion is unique, but we cannot implement it for it to be of less importance than those reunions that have been implemented. We want to ensure here today that a reunion in Calibishi is going to surpass those of Casabrus and all the other communities, Paybush, Vieques, Thibault. It's not going to be less important. It's going to be a superb, well-implemented reunion 2012 in Calibishi.
He believes, however, that the success of the celebrations depends on the level of unity between organizers and residents of the community.
We have to be together. It is the consolidation of talents, of efforts, of energies to be able to achieve this objective that we have set for ourselves. This reunion 2012 in Calibishi is not going to be an occasion of fet. It's not going to be an occasion of it. It's not going to be an occasion of solely drink, and merry. It's going to be an occasion to do some retrospection and introspection. We are going to look at Calibishi in the past, and how we are going to improve Calibishi to make Calibishi a model village in Dominica. That is our goal. How are we going to look within ourselves?
He has asked residents to use the celebrations to ask themselves some important questions about their commitment to the development of their community.
Are we patriotic in our heart? Do we love our neighbors? Are we contributing to community development? Are we depending solely on central government to be able to develop our communities? Are we conscious that we have to grow our children in the proper way so that tomorrow that they become good men and women of Calibishi and of Dominica? That's the introspection, my friends, that we have to do.
Minister for Tourism and Parliamentary Representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honourable Ian Douglas, feels that Portsmouth's crime and violence panel discussion was very relevant to his constituency, since crime discourages investment and could hinder local development. The Portsmouth area is a major hub for foreign investors, and according to Honourable Douglas, 4 out of every 5 locals in the northern area benefit economically from the Ross University. The minister said in his remarks last week at the panel discussion that it is in every resident's best interest to curb criminal activity in the area.
If we were to close our eyes for 1 minute and think of what Portsmouth would be without Ross. Now, if the university were to say that the criminal behavior being perpetrated against the university right now is such that they can no longer afford to be in Dominica. And I mean, DIVRA is a multi-million-dollar investment. DIVRA is a multi-million-dollar industry. So there's no telling, I mean, it's not far-fetched for them to feel that if the crime and violence reaches the level where it undermines their investment, to get up and go. And we know what that would spell. What kind of actions can we take to stem that behavior?
Honourable Douglas also explained that progress cannot be achieved if some residents are determined to be hindrances by their criminal behavior.
Development is not only about infrastructural development. Development cannot only be about the fisheries complex. Development is also about our people. We have to develop. And so we cannot develop individually. We can develop where some of us can be creating wealth in Picard and becoming millionaires, while others are looking to undermine that very economic stability by, one, giving the community a bad name, and not only that, going further and actually undermining, like I said, the very economic viability of the community by discouraging people from coming to invest in Portsmouth. If, when they investigate the possibilities of coming to invest, they recognize that the level of crime and violence and deviant behavior in Portsmouth will jeopardize their business viability.
President of the National Youth Council, Fenella Wenham, who is also from the town of Portsmouth, was present at the panel discussion. She stated that young people being unfairly labelled leads to antisocial behaviour as well. Wenham went on to explain that youth model the behaviour of adults.
A lot of times the youth are unfairly stereotyped, and that in itself is one of those things that lead to crime and violence. With everything, that's young man, that's young lady, really? Oh, really? He brought him a pencil, you didn't ask him where he got it from? You told him that when he goes to school, the little girl of Smith from Glanville not to let her touch you, right? All of those things we're very familiar with. So it's not just about the young person, but it's what is and who are behind those young people. Solutions. Young people will learn. We all know that. If you are a great example, then we're going to follow in your footsteps. If you're not, then we cannot.
Wenham emphasized the importance of community towards reducing incidents of deviant behavior, and she also suggested substitute punishments for imprisonment.
We need to find alternative to custody. We definitely need to do that. So we need juvie centers, and I know Mr. Anthony is one of those who advocate for those things. We need to start getting our young persons into community involvement. So you stole from me, well, you can come and work for me too for 1 week, and that would be your payment for the crime that you committed. Another thing too is that we need more money to be invested into programs that are going to empower our young people to be involved in those kinds of things, solving crime, not allowing crime to happen. We need more money. Soon people are going to maybe brand me as the money president, but we definitely need more money pumped into the programs that are going to affect the young people. The welfare service, even if Mr. Anthony, you need to maybe put $1 extra $1,000 for your youth work, I will endorse that as president of the National Youth Council, and I'm sure the other executive members will do that. Okay, so these are some of the things that we need to do. And to partner. I cannot stand here alone to fight a giant, but somebody else knows what to do. So if you put me on top of your shoulder, then we make his height, all right? And then we can meet him face to face and we deal with the matter.
Minister for Water Resource Management, Acting Prime Minister Honorable Reginald Austrie wants nationals to become more conscious about water conservation. Honorable Austrie made the appeal as he addressed residents of Grand Fort this week as they witnessed the contract signing for commencement of work on a new water supply project.
Water is a scarce resource. Water, they say, is more important than oil in the Middle East because you can live without oil, but I'm not sure for how long you can live without water. So we mustn't waste it, and we must not take it for granted, because you in Grand Fort know the struggle you're going through with inadequate water. And it takes you time to forget. Maybe 2 years down the road you forget what the situation was today, but you should always be foremost on your mind. Let us close the taps. Let us not leave the water running, because the water you waste in Grand Fort, 1 million people would do with just one little drop of it.
And that's the English segment of the news. We now join Macpherson in St. Louis for the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominica continue de faire progrès bien significant, mener de l'eau potable à tout Dominicain. C'est vraiment une chaîne pour commencer un projet de l'eau, 2,3 millions de dollars pour la communauté Grand Fort. Projet ça là, c'est bonne nouvelle pour mon ou salam, qu'on système de l'eau a eu en y pas bon. Membre parlement pour Grand Fort, Honorable Ivor Stevenson, fait parole que projet ça là, c'était un plaisir pour mettre qui était fait pendant la campagne élection l'année 2009. Honorable Stevenson dit projet ça là, qui fini, qui résolve le problème de l'eau en communauté salam. En même temps aussi, le ministère pour services sociaux, Honorable Gloria Shillingford, fait parole que le projet là, c'est démonstration gouvernement Labour Party et puis commitment avancé la vie dominicaine. Et des standards de la vie monde Grand Fort qui aller au niveau État si le projet de l'eau là. En notre nouvelle, State College Dominica tient cérémonie de graduation pour 11 personnes qui participent à l'entraînement course affaires pour touristes. Cérémonie qui prend place en l'occasion college cela en Lacoudoué, vendredi semaine cela.
Il 11 lecturers nous avons awardé certificat pour un programme qu'ils ont fait l'année passée pour aider à teach meilleur. Et puis, tous ces gens qui fait le programme, c'est les gens qui collège là a servi pour délivrer course tourisme. Plusieurs fois, ils ont aidé nous pour délivrer course tour guiding et puis taxi driving. Et puis nous gardons ces gens et puis nous disons à nous ces gens ont besoin en course pour aider eux pour délivrer ces présentations primaires. Comme ça, nous mettons comme ça en novembre l'année passée et puis OS aide nous pour sponsor le programme ça et puis ils fait bien et puis ils ont 11 qui graduate vendredi qui va venir.
Et puis, moun la qui a une position comme Premier ministre Honorable Reginald Austrie, qui a fait parole que le gouvernement Dominica travaille bien formidable, fait assurer que tout Dominicien n'a de l'eau potable pour y servir. Honorable Austrie fait parole celle qui a été délivrée à l'adresse en cérémonie projet de l'eau en Grand Fort Leading. Et des plaisirs des fois, moun qui garde le développement comme maison et bagaille comme ça, mais actuellement, développement moun plus important. Et de 95% tout Dominicien ni de l'eau potable pour y servir à présent. Le ministère là aussi qui a complimenté mon Grand Fort, ou là yo même écrit projet à yo qui tape support BNTF. Finalement, chef police M. Cyril Carrette, qui a fait parole que Dominicien si bon recevoir satisfaction, là yo fait report par police. Chef Carrette fait parole ça là pendant session où le gouvernement continue à adresser crimes et puis violence en Guantans la semaine passée. Et des gens qui tapent bagarre report à yo adressé et puis satisfaction, mais management Fort Police c'est pour connaître ce report cela. Monsieur Carrette dit Fort Police qui a fait un bon travail, même si on a autant challenge. Finalement, chef Carrette dit, il y a un problème là où là yo pas à résolver le crime, c'est ça fait où là membre public là pas qu'à faire report activité illégale parce que yo en Perez. et de les monde ba information, ça même ça, en de résolver crime et puis violence en Dominique. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nous faire le créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est Macpherson Lewis. Au revoir.
When we come back, we'll bring you the upcoming events and government notices. Stay tuned.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans, and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
Time now for your government notices. All citrus farmers of the East Agricultural Region are kindly requested to attend a meeting on Thursday, June 14th at the Castle Bruce Agricultural Training Center at 3:30 p.m. This meeting is to discuss the citrus greening disease and to learn how we can save our citrus industry. Please make a special effort to attend and to be on time. Parliamentary Representative for the Maho constituency, Honourable Rayburn Blackmore, cordially invites all residents of Canefield to a meeting on Thursday, June 14th at the Canefield Urban Council from 7 p.m. to discuss the various concerns of the community. Please make every effort to be present and on time. All those concerned are asked to note the following hurricane shelters and shelter managers for the communities of Jubique, Marigot and Wesley. Jubique, your hurricane shelter is the Jubique Resource Center. Shelter manager is Corinthia Defoe and her assistant is Esther Simon. In Marigot, your hurricane shelters are the Marigot Pentecostal Church, shelter manager Hilburn Alfred, assistant Stowell Charles. The Marigot Methodist Church, shelter manager Bettina Teat, assistant shelter managers Walter Marie and Marian Samuel. The Will Strathmore Stevens School, shelter manager Nicholas Mills, assistant Edmund Bonney. The Marigot Roman Catholic Church, shelter manager Matthew Martin, assistant shelter manager Lavette Charles. In Wesley, your 5 hurricane shelters are the Wesley Baptist Church, where the shelter manager is Moody Davis and the assistant is Chris Benjamin. The Wesley Methodist Church, shelter manager is Hobbs St. John and the assistant manager is Keith Joseph. The Wesley Seventh-day Adventist Church, the shelter manager is Edney Benjamin, assistant Algernon Shaw. The ground floor of the Wesley Pentecostal Church, shelter manager Delbert Benjamin, assistant shelter manager Rawley Wilkerson. And the Wesley Christian Union Church, where the shelter manager is Bertrand Telemack. The residents of Woodford Hill and surrounding communities are invited to the Cabinet-initiated program of community meetings on antisocial behavior to be held at the Woodford Hill Primary School from 7 to 9 p.m. on Thursday, June 14. Please make every effort to attend. Members of the public are asked to take note of the following numbers which could prove useful during the hurricane season. The Office of Disaster Management in Jimmet, 448-8831, their hotline 448-7777, website www.odm.gov.dm, email odm@dominica.gov.dm. The Dominica Met Office, Canefield Airport, 449-1990, fax number 449-2020. The email address is metoffcan@cwdom.dm. The Dominica Met Service at Melville Hall Airport, 445-7878, fax number 445-7849. The email is metoffmar@cwdom.dm or metoffice@cwdom.dm. The weather hotline is 447-5555 or visit their website www.weather.gov.dm for updated weather reports. Up next is the tip of the day. In today's tip, we'll discuss positive thinking. Positive thinking brings inner peace, success, improved relationships, better health, happiness, and satisfaction. It also helps the daily affairs of life move more smoothly and makes life look bright and promising. Here are a few tips to help you develop the power of positive thinking. Always use only positive words while thinking and while talking. Use words such as I can, I am able, it is possible, it can be done. Allow into your awareness only feelings of happiness, strength, and success. Try to disregard and ignore negative thoughts. Refuse to think such thoughts and substitute them with constructive, happy thoughts. And read at least one page of an inspiring book every day. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm, or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Pearl Fontaine. Thanks for watching.
Boy, that fish was well seasoned today, boy.
Talking about season.
Yeah.
What is the most important season in Dominica?
Mango season, yampe season, hunting season.
Hey, wait.
Fishing season.
Nothing to do with any of these seasons. You remember what happened to us in 1979?
Yes.
Remember a few years ago when we bought a grain of fig for $1?
Yes.
I'm talking about the hurricane season.
Mm-hmm. So, prepare. And so just like your budget or your bank account, preparation for hurricane or hurricane preparedness is supposed to be part of our natural culture. It has happened, it might happen, maybe it will happen.
The way we build our houses, so that you not have to go to somebody's house. During a hurricane, you know how it is. People want to bring their cat and their dog and you want to go into all this, you cannot ask.
And then you stay too long, you can put on your radio low, the bagay comes out.
Naturally, if your house is not safe, know your hurricane shelter.
So here's a very important point. Come a little closer. A little closer. Hear this. You can replace your TV or your microwave or your black, blue or raspberry, but you cannot replace your life. Your life is important and is irreplaceable. So protect yourself, take the necessary precaution, because there's only one of you and one of me.
And why should you survive a hurricane? I mean, you survive the storm and then go and be all about and step on a live wire. That making sense?
It is your right and your responsibility to protect yourself and your family and your property. Remember, I ain't seen no supermarket in Dominica where they're selling spare parts of human body or human parts.
No breasts,
no thighs,
no legs,
no wings.
No, only human parts.
Yes, and you only have one of you and it come complete. So protect yourself.
At all times.
This is a serious message
from
the Office of Disaster Management
in Dominica.